Hello. I guess I should say, people. I'm so glad you're here for our little Essential Soul Wisdom Gathering. And today we are connecting in with the full moon in Sagittarius. And full moon, that fiery full moon, we're in the Gemini season, which is very airy and windy. And I'm telling you, ever since Gemini started, it has been blowing everything away for me at my home. Now it kind of today it is nice and quiet out there, so it may be that fiery energy kind of calmed the wind. I don't know, but yeah. So we're gonna go just start off with a little meditation, and then connect with you as always with our insights into this moon phase and some astrology and all those things that are just fun, and we like that stuff. So just going to ask you right now, we're just going to kind of begin just quieting down, finding that quiet and comfortable space. You can sit, lay down, whatever is comfortable for you. So let's close our eyes, take a few deep breaths to center ourselves. Yeah, let's breathe in, breathe out. I want you to feel the weight of your body on the ground or the chair, and just let yourself relax into this present moment. Ooh, allow any tension, stress, just let it melt away with each exhale. So let's take a few deep breaths in, exhale out. Let go of anything that is dense. Just feel the weight of your body. So I want you to find yourself in a field, and visualize in whatever way you do, whatever way you sense, feel, know, visualize, see a radiant full moon in the expansive night sky. It's shining down on you with all its powerful energy. I want you to feel those rays come gently into your crown, just filling your body up down through your head, third eye, down through your throat chakra. Let that beautiful rays just fill up your shoulders, down into your body, your arms. Let the moon's light go down into your high heart, your heart space, and just move outward and down. You feel it flowing past your solar plexus, your organs, your liver, your pancreas, spleen, down into your sacral chakra, your digestive system, your sacral chakra, and your womb space. Feel that moon's rays, feel up your root chakra at the base of your spine. Then let it go down through your pelvis, into your thighs, your knees, your shins and calves. down into your ankles and bathe your feet all the way to your toes. And then into your earth heart chakra. Oh, just feel that moon, the light bathe you and soothe you. Oh, so let's gaze at the full moon in our mind's eye in whatever way you sense. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast and lush forest. You have a sense of curiosity and the excitement starting to build within. With each breath you take, you're feeling a sense of anticipation growing, urging you to step into the unknown and to embrace the call of adventure that Sagittarius brings. Picture yourself taking that first step into the forest. You're surrounded by the sounds of nature and the scent of the earth and the trees. You feel the ground beneath your feet, supporting you as you walk deeper into the unknown. As you journey further into the forest, allow yourself to release any fear, any doubts that may be holding you back. Trust your inner wisdom, your intuition, to guide you on the path of exploration and discovery. With each step, feel your spirit expanding and your heart opening to new possibilities and experiences. Embrace the sense of freedom that comes from stepping outside of your comfort zone. Take a moment now. Reflect on what adventure means to you. What desires or dreams are calling out to you? Lean into that knowing and bring those dreams, those wishes, into your conscious state. Carry this sense of adventure and exploration back with you. Let's begin to retrace our steps and return once again to the edge of the forest. We're standing beneath the moon once again. Express thanks and gratitude for the opportunity to connect with the full moon in Sagittarius and to connect with the spirit of adventure that lies within. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath. Slowly open your eyes and awaken. You want to write anything down or anything that came to you during, please do that. So, oh, okay. Hmm. How was that for you? I know that one of the archetypes of Sagittarius is adventure and new experiences, and was trying to kind of connect with that today a little bit. So, yeah. So, how's everybody feeling now? Kind of
Refreshed.
refreshed. Good, good, good. I was hoping for that. Anybody have anything they connected with out there in that meditative space, or any new adventures that came calling or knocking?
Nope,
I think
just sleep, just rest.
rest, huh? Well,
Rest,
that's
rest,
good.
rest.
I didn't say. I think mine have been more about completions instead of new things. I want to kind of finalize a few things that I have been, that's kind of what this full moon is more about to me, is instead of new adventures, completing some of those old adventures so that I have room and space
Mhm.
for some new adventures. So I think
Sounds
that's what.
logical.
Well, yeah, I've had a few things hanging over my head for a while, so just really want to just ooh, kind of finish that. So how are you guys doing today? Alexandra or Karen, do you have anything to add right now, or how are you feeling during this moon phase?
I'm personally feeling a bit tired at the moment. Busy days, so yeah, really enjoyed the meditation. I think I met a little fairy in the woods.
Oh, how
Yeah,
wonderful. I
yeah.
love that.
Mm. It was lovely,
Oh,
very
good,
relaxing.
good,
Yeah,
good, good.
cute.
So, and hmm. So this also this energy for me, I felt it's kind of is anxiety provoking for me. Um, that fire and that wind together, they both boy, for so many years I really, really shut down my fire. I didn't want to see it, feel it, any of that, because there was a lot of anger, rage involved in that, honestly. And it took me a long time not to be afraid of it. I really was afraid of the fire. So I just shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. Didn't. And as I worked with some, God, I started doing some crystal classes. And then some of the stones really brought out that fire, and I had to kind of face it and work with it. So sometimes, though, with that air energy, the wind and the fire, and it's been, oh my God, so windy here for so many days. My house was going to blow away a little, that is kind of very anxiety provoking for me. So the crystals I have are kind of to calm that for me. So, but for the collective as well, I don't know. So, um, but Sagittarius, isn't it supposed to be like a fun loving kind of sign?
I'm
Maybe.
feeling that. I'm feeling spicy and sassy and all those things right now. I'm yeah, I mean, I guess that's how I'm feeling during this phase.
Okay. I was going to say, Cheryl, sometimes you're always spicy and sassy. So,
Sometimes it's more than others. I kind of keep some in once in
okay.
a while, Karen.
Oh, oh, and so much fun. Yes, I oh goodness.
Well, Karen, I'm finding I'm with you, Alexandra. When you bring this fire and this air and it mixes up with water,
Which I have.
that's I'm on the sleepy side myself. I'm feeling that's how, I wake up and then it's like things start going down and I get sleepy again. And I think it has to do with if we look at the elemental factors, if you think about what happens to water and air, I often get heavy air, you see, because when you mix water and air together, it can get heavy. That's how, like when the rain comes down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how it's feeling inside my body at the moment. And so I'm just taking it easy, kind of gliding along because I got a tremendous amount of mixture in my chart with air. And then you put a little fire behind that because
Yeah,
there's,
it just,
uh
yeah, the air and fire just provoke, it makes it bigger. So,
so yeah, that's where I am momentarily.
uh,
Mhm.
I really felt actually ambitious and motivated. Um, and I really got almost most of my website stuff that I had to do that, I know we talked about that last time. I spent, oh my God, and it was so hard for me to write. I don't understand because it's not normally. And it was just so hard. I felt like, oh my God, I'm listing stuff on eBay again. And I just got to the point where I did it for years and years. And I just cringed when I did it. And I felt that whole cycle. I needed to acknowledge that. You're right. I needed to acknowledge that cycle that I just did not like about that whole marketing thing. And woo, but I'm almost done. So, but I tell you, I got waylaid like 100 times in one day trying to really work at this. So something outside of me was stopping me as well. It wasn't only me. So it was also my mother, my husband, other things. Yeah. So, but I felt motivated anyway, just needing to complete. And I felt good about that. So that, Karen, do you have anything you want to add right now?
Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. Earlier in the month, my 90-year-old mother, while out lopping blackberries vines growing up in her flower bed, tripped and fell, stumbled into the street. She cut the left side of her face and broke her right thumb. So I get a phone call that morning. I think I need to go to emergency. I'm just like, what have you done now? And so I'm like, should I call the ambulance or whatever? But I figured she made it into the house to call me. She probably didn't need an ambulance, but got her to urgent care. They took x-rays. The thumb was definitely broken. Then they sent her for a CT scan at another clinic because she gashed her head pretty hard on her glasses. And while she was falling, she had like a 2.5-foot pair of loppers in her hand that she never dropped as she was. But I think the loppers is what kind of smacked up and hit her glasses because she said it happened so fast. So she had surgery last week. And then also we'd been planning this garage sale for her last weekend for weeks. And then she's incapacitated the week before. So it was a lot of extra work for me. My dad passed 8 years ago. And so she was finally having the garage sale to sell his tools, of which the garage and back room were full. So I've been way more busy than I like to be in my retirement years. And it's just really making me think of my own mortality because I'm 68, so I'm not that young anymore. And she's 90, there's longevity. She could live another 10 years, but she definitely needs more help. And so it's just kind of put me in a different place. And then leading up to the full moon, I've been having crazy, crazy dreams that are kind of stressful. And I'm thinking very anxiety ridden. And so I'm thinking, well, that's kind of with just the stress I'm feeling with the extra care for my mom and doing things. And my arthritis is flared up. And it's like, come on, I don't have time for this. So the last 2 days, I pretty much did nothing. I didn't even get out of my pajamas yesterday. That was really good. Or the day before. And so I think, yeah, the full moons usually energize me, but I was so busy prior to the full moon this time. I'm just feeling kind of like I want to take a nap for a week. And,
Okay. That sounds, ooh,
It's kind of
that's a lot
interesting.
going on. That is a lot going on, a lot of transition for you, a lot of change, you know, so
Well, and
I hope
she
it's better.
broke her right hand, which is her dominant hand, and she's not
Right.
very good using her left hand. And then she didn't even have any like pull-on pants. So I had to get her some sweatpants because she couldn't button her jeans. And
Oh,
it was just, and so I'm going over today to chop up vegetables and stuff for her because she can't cut anything. And so she can make some soup and haul her garbage out and different things. And for 90, she's very active. And so for her to be sort of laid up and not being able to do stuff is driving her nuts.
oh, yeah, yeah.
And I just hope
So
I'm that active at 90.
I'm gonna add in our group a little it's a cleansing ritual that we can do under the full moon or at any time really. And I should have done it right here and I don't know why I didn't. I'm sorry. But I will add the directions and it's really easy. It's just you place 3 candles in a triangle and you have a little fire bowl in the center. And what you do, you light your candles and you write on a piece of paper the names of people, places. Oh, here's my paper. Here's, I use all kinds of paper, but you write on a piece of paper. You can write people, places, anything, experiences, anything that is troubling you in any way. And what you do is you fold it in half twice and you place a cross on the front and the back. So yeah, so you fold it in half like this, and then you fold it in half again. And then you place a cross on the front, on the back. So you can write a small piece with names of people, places, or experiences, circumstances, anything you wish to clear. And then you touch the paper in each candle flame and drop it in the bowl. And there's a saying that you do. It's there's a saying that I will write out. It basically is, I now clear and raise all incorrect energy affecting myself and all that you want to clear. You state aloud the situation. Like if it's my mother, which it usually is. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm clearing that, excuse me. Is that all incorrect energy be bound to the light and transposed into positive energy for further enlightenment. I ask that all mention be placed in an individual seal of white light. I thank guidance and source that this be done. So when you're doing this, also make sure that all your paper completely burns. If it doesn't, light it up again, because that just means there's some resistance. So that's just a little clearing ritual that I'll add into and I didn't want to really do all the fire today here. 3 candles and all that and burning. Doesn't do too well in my home because my husband has a lot of allergies. So that's one of the reasons why I chose not to do it here today. But I will add it to the group. And it's really a wonderful, my mentor, one of my mentors gave this to me, Trina Joy. And she said that I could share it with whoever. It's just a wonderful little thing to say, offer it up to the universe by saying those words, get it out of your space, out of your head, out of your consciousness into, and let the universe support you, your guides, your ancestors, all your guardians support you in this. So that's a real wonderful little ritual that I wanted to share with you. I don't know, does anybody else have anything else to say about Sagittarius? I looked at my chart. Sagittarius is in my 10th house, and Saturn and my midheaven are there. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with your charts, but we always, Ruth and Alexandra both are our resident astrologists. So I give them that expert that expert title because they both are very knowledgeable in that. But if you don't know that, always go to, I don't know, where do you guys get your astrology chart? I got mine from Chani Nicholas. I love her astrology chart. But I think, yeah, I do. And she uses that whole system of astrology instead of the Placidus. So
I've been using whole signs too lately.
you told me coat, right?
Well, no, I've been comparing. I've been
Okay.
using. I haven't used Placidus for quite a long time, but I've
But
been
you said you were
comparing.
using, wasn't the
Well,
coat?
I've been using the Kokal system, but I've been recently very much looking at the whole sign.
You did tell me that. You did
Yeah.
tell me that.
And then comparing and also deciding sometimes, you might want to use the cookhouse system, but I think I'm going to work a lot with the whole sign.
Okay.
Um,
Because most of I mean, if you go to AstroSeek or any place like that, they're mostly Placidus, aren't they? Or Placidus, how do you pronounce that?
Placidus.
Placidus?
But you sometimes, and that's only because Um, if you wanted, you probably could have them do it in whole sign, but most people
Oh,
don't know what to ask for anyway, so they use the default house system. That's usually the default house system that's used because most people don't know the difference anyway.
okay,
So
okay,
it's only when you go and you have a one-to-one reading and maybe your astrologer is talking to you and then a decision is made and maybe the whole house system might give a little more refined picture, maybe,
okay.
So, but I think Shani Nicholas probably made a decision that the whole sign gives her a bit more info when she's working with people.
I think yeah, she switched to that. She has a book out too that I can go in and look at stuff. So I kind of liked
And,
her
and,
information.
and so most people, the main thing is it yes, it does. The house system is important, but it really is where your three major planets, your two luminaries and your ascendant, they won't change. They still are going to be in whatever sign they're in, and your ascendant is not going to change.
Okay,
And
I was gonna say, but my house changed when I went to the Placidus. My
but your
house,
ascendant doesn't change. Yeah, I'm talking about the
no,
sign.
it's still Pisces. It's still Pisces, but it
That's
changed
right. That's
houses,
right.
right?
That's right. It's state. And so when we're starting, just, not to confuse people, because you just want to, when you start off, you just want to look at the three basic things,
Right. I
your
understand.
sun, your moon, and your ascendant, and what signs they're in. And then the next layer is where, the houses are, where things are positioned in the houses. So, um, yeah, I've got Gemini. This is going to be an interesting time because it's not only the moon, the sun is in Gemini, and then in 2 days, Jupiter is going into Gemini for the rest of the year until
Oh,
next
wow.
year.
Okay,
And
okay.
I see that, I see today's moon, full moon, as like a way shore, a pointer, because Jupiter is going to be in the opposite sign from its guide or rulership sign. Jupiter has rulership over Sagittarius,
Sagittarius, yeah.
but this whole year it's going to be in the opposite sign from itself, and so that
So it's
should
gonna
be
be
a
in
really
is
interesting.
it gonna be in Taurus?
No, it's going to be it's leaving Taurus. It's not. It's right now. If it's at about
Only Gemini.
29 degrees Taurus, it's going into Gemini. That's the point.
Okay, I
And
understand.
the reason we feel so much, even the winds that you're talking about at your house, if we look at it again from elemental standpoint, it's almost like I hear this desert wind, the Sirocco's, the Sirocco winds are blowing, and they talk about the Sirocco winds can make people crazy. When they,
I understand that. I mean, God, I was sitting up at, I thought it was supposed to, you know, a storm and everything like that, but it was just the winds. And I thought I mean, for hours, I thought my house was going to blow away.
well,
So,
it was almost like you're having your private Scirocco from that came out of the Sahara.
and I was the only one up, you know, it was very late at night. I was the only one
Right.
up and I got,
Right.
wow.
Right. But you see, interestingly enough, we're going to have a very airy year with Jupiter, and Jupiter, remember, Jupiter expands things.
Right.
And then Gemini is about the communication. You notice my hands. Gemini rules the hands. And with this happening, it's in its opposite sign. We now have to take the information from the Sagittarius, the wisdom that we've acquired. We have to take a look at how we feel about moving forward in a bigger way. You know, wherever it is in our charts. It's in your 10th house. And it's funny because you did your website, which means that you are looking at some expansion, you know,
Oh, good.
because that's where it's sitting.
Okay.
It's at the top of your
I
chart.
have Saturn there. Well, I
And
don't
you
know
got
what the heaven is. Yeah, Saturn's in my
you got Saturn and Jupiter sitting in the 10th.
No, I have Saturn and midheaven sitting in the 10th. My Jupiter's not in the 10th. My Jupiter's
Where is your Jupiter?
Scorpio in the 9th,
Oh, well, it's right next door.
right
So
next door.
yeah, so deep diving in an expanded kind of way, you know, somehow. And I don't know if you're going to travel or do anything like that, but you know, that might be on the horizon. Maybe you're going to meet more people from other countries or something like that
Oh,
this year.
okay.
Because you see, and you got an interesting one too, because even though it's in Scorpio, it's sitting in its own house. So that gives Jupiter more power
Oh, Jupiter.
because it's sitting in its own house. Yeah.
I think
So
I need to connect with you, Ruth. I think we need to do a little, I think I need to connect with you and do a little reading is what I think we need to do. I'll book a reading with you. I need to. Absolutely. So.
well, it'd be my pleasure. You know, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
What do you think, Alexandra, with because I remember you got Moon you got a special one going on because you got Moon in Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Yeah, she's got
So
she's
the
got
full moon is
highlight for her.
probably, it's definitely highlighting my moon at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, my thoughts around this Gemini Jupiter energy, I'm actually more concentrating on the Gemini aspect that's just come upon us again, and
I
thinking
like
about
that come upon us. I like the way you said that.
yeah, well,
It's come upon us.
again, as it does every year. And I was thinking about the decans that we discussed a while back, and hi Kasha, and yeah, especially because today I pulled for myself the 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords is the first card of the decan for the Gemini season, and it's quite kind of interesting that such heavy cards, the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords, are in Gemini, where it should actually be all this more airy space to inhabit. But
Well, it's
and I really
mental.
want
Let's take the word mental. It rather than say air, it's our mental space, and our mental energy encompasses more than just, we think of, you know,
just air.
the winds, and
I-
winds
I-
are awesome, but it's mental. Yeah.
yes, it will. Yeah, our mind, our thoughts, our things that keep us
aspirations,
keep coming back and back and back, and that's why I was connecting with the 8 of Swords today, and I thought, yeah, so there's where is this coming in this full moon, what needs to be, like Ruth, or maybe Ruth always says, what's going to be illuminated right now. So yeah, there's thought patterns that needs to go. And I think, Karen, thank you for sharing that ritual with releasing, and I think I might just do that because
it'll be written up, and the
Yeah.
wording and everything will be right. I'll share it as soon as I get off the meeting, so you can do
Yeah.
it tonight if you'd like. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so there's my thoughts. They're going in that direction, and then with the Jupiter energy, I think it amplifies the whole situation. And I think today I really had to keep my temper in check.
Oh yeah.
I was just about to lose it.
Now that's fire. That's fire and
That's
air
the fire,
mixed up.
and that was
Yeah.
like, okay,
A little
that's
Scorpio thrown in there too.
yeah. Yeah, so that was interesting to observe and see how I was actually able to communicate with myself in that moment, and like, okay, it's okay. If it's not working, it's okay, just let it go. But the other part was like, completely trying to explode, but I was able to handle it, and it worked out fine.
I want to
So
encourage everybody to go back, look back about between 18 and 19 years ago, when, I mean, no, 12 years ago, because it takes 13 years, about 13 years ago, and see what was going on in your life when Jupiter was in Gemini, because it's, once a year, it takes 12 to 13 years for it to go through the whole cycle. See what you were doing 12 to 13 years ago when it was in Gemini.
that would
What
have
what
been 2011.
yeah, something like that. See what were you doing in terms of thought patterns, the kinds of Jupiter and Gemini kinds of things that were happening.
Oh my goodness, that was
Communications.
God, I
that
can't
was
even remember what I was doing in 2011.
oh,
I'll
I
really have to
remember.
go back. I
Yeah.
really have to.
Well, it's
I
often very instructive because basically it gives us some ideas of, have we changed some things that we said that we wanted to change, and have we gone through the entire cycle and brought those things into the present moment?
It's interesting. I was preparing. No, I actually probably even this week, 11, 12, 11, 2011, I had big exams.
Oh,
And I was actually having one meltdown after the other.
Okay.
Yeah, I was so glad
in
when that was over.
1981, I was having a baby, but I don't know, after that, I had a baby on May 21st, so. But that was a long time ago, so I'll have
Well,
to.
you can double the cycle, you can
Yeah,
go
I'll
back.
have to check. I'll have
Yeah,
to,
you can go back
I'll go
20,
back and
20,
check.
21, 20. Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because particularly with Saturn and Jupiter, to do that, to see where you were at those particular, because it takes, it stays in a sign, every one sign a year, and then it takes
Right.
12 or 13 years for it to cycle.
Yep.
Yeah. It's very instructive to see what we were doing at a particular time.
Hasha, how are you doing? How are you feeling? So glad you could make it.
Yeah, no, feeling good. I was actually waiting in the room, but I was a
I
little
am
late.
so
But
sorry.
that's okay, don't worry.
It's it has it over on the side now in the chat to let you in instead of above. And
I got there. I got there in the end. I'm so glad.
I'm so sorry.
I'm feeling good. I'm super excited about my I got an astrology almanac, which I'm learning a lot about different aspects and what have you. So I'm just taking small notes. moon in Sagittarius opposite my sun in Gemini. Interesting. What does that mean? So I'm doing a lot of journaling, which is so exciting.
Oh, gosh.
Ashley, what book do you have? What is
I've
that?
got Honeycomb Collective. I don't know if you
Oh,
know these. They
mm,
personalize. You just order it and they personalize it to you. So
oh,
it's
I
like it's
see.
got your
Oh,
signature,
That's
your
lovely.
name on it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's very
okay.
cool.
Mm,
I think
no.
I just think it's very intermediate to higher to advanced because you really have to know how to use it. And so
Oh, you have to know how to use it already, which, yeah.
yeah, it doesn't kind of explain doesn't give you
Mhm.
interpretations. So I'm trying to do it myself, but it's more advanced, I think, than I thought.
I use Llewellyn's regular, and of course, I I can compare and contrast and do all those kind of things. But I just use it because I like to see everything in one place in the day. It gives
Hmm.
something for each day, and then
Yeah.
um, I also if I don't know if any of you use it, but I use the moon sign book from Llewellyn.
All I
The
know
moon.
is I am not a journaler. That's what I know.
Well, you don't
I have books and I don't ever.
necessarily have to journal. You just basically
Oh,
the moon sign in particular um, helps you. It's like an almanac, really. The moon sign from Llewellyn's this company, they basically help you to understand how to use the moon. They give you clues
right,
and
right.
cues in terms of literally. It's a little bit more specific than just the basic planner, because the
I
planner you have to understand how to use what they give you. But the moon sign book is designed so that it helps people. For example, if Karen, I don't know if you do gardening or anything like that, but they have a section on what to plant and how to
right,
plant it and when to
right,
plant it. They have a section on when to cut your hair,
right,
when to dye
right.
your hair, when to cut. Like for example, I don't cut my fingernails when the opposite sign is occurring. If the when the moon is in Virgo, I do not cut my fingernails.
Oh,
It's got stuff like that, very kind of practical kinds of things. That's just one example. The
That's
reason I
interesting.
don't cut
So
my
Pisces,
fingernails is because it weakens them, if it's in the opposite sign
so
okay.
from.
you use Pisces to cut your fingernails?
Well, I can go, yes, my own sign, yes, I can go. Oh, there
Okay.
you go. Yeah, but when it's in now, when the moon is in Virgo, see, right now, the moon, since Sagittarius, if it gets anywhere near Virgo or Pisces, that's one reason I'm feeling a little bit physically. Mentally, I feel really, revved up. But physically, it's because I got all this squared energy. And so that means I gotta give it some kind of outlet. But back to the fingernails, because some things you don't do in the opposite sign from your own natal sign.
I knew that there's something I knew when I used to look up when to cut my hair and things like that. I
Yeah.
knew, yeah, I
But this is a
forgot.
complete volume, and in Llewellyn, they make that. It's called the Moon Sign Book.
Okay.
Hmm.
And it does it for each year, correct?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes. A new
okay,
volume comes out every year.
right, I
And,
understand.
and one of them that I really like, I've read the whole section on financials. They got one astrologer who is a financial astrologer. And so I read the basics for what's happening in the markets. It was
Oh,
really kind of quite interesting
Mm.
for the financial markets and what it's going to look like for each month.
Hmm,
oh,
that'd be good.
Uh-huh. And
So
the moon does have a lot to do with financials. We don't think about it that way, but Cancer is very powerful in terms of the financial situation. Cancer is a cardinal sign, and contrary to what we usually think, yes, very emotional, but it also has, think about if you got right now, if you have Moon and Sagittarius in the fourth house, what would that be? That would be really interesting.
So I'm interested in
What's that book called?
The Moon
Moon
Sign
Sign.
book from
The
Llewellyn.
no, the finance one.
Oh, it's inside the Moon Sign book. It's a section.
It's
It's a section inside the Moon Sign book that talks about it gives like a yearly a kind of a forecast of the year of how the financial markets are going to look.
That'd be interesting.
Yes, it is. Of course it is, Miss Alexandra. A Scorpio money sitting across from Taurus.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else on this Sagittarius energy? Gemini, Sagittarius, anything else on astrology right now?
I am, of course, Gemini, so I love this season.
So you love this season.
Your birthday's when, Kasia?
10th of June, so coming up. But
Oh yeah, you're coming up.
yes, it's first decan now. But I feel like it's interesting because I think Sagittarius being the opposite sign is always a bit challenging for me. Anyway, especially around when the moon is in Sagittarius, I kind of feel this is my low of the month. It's interesting. I don't know why that is. Maybe I just talk myself into it, but I usually feel a little low on energy.
But this is
that
a specific time for you, though. This is your 7th cycle. You got a couple more weeks before you actually go into your high cycle, literally for the year. You are in the bottom of the trough, as they say. You know, you're down in the valley. And then in about a week and a half, you're going to start on your first cycle. So no, you are actually feeling, everybody has that, the 7th cycle. And I think you might have read the little thing that I wrote about that whole 7th cycle thing, that we all go through 7 cycles in the year. And the 52 days before our birthday is when we all go down into that little valley. And then I usually feel about a week and a half before my birthday, you can actually feel your energy starting to rise. And that's something that everybody goes through. People may not observe it, but 52 days before your birthday, the 7th cycle happens. It's kind of like being in a Saturn cycle a little bit.
Interesting. Huh. Hey, ladies, I have a couple cards if anybody's interested in the cards for the collective. Okay, I am today using the For Haxa Tarot. And I just felt that was kind of a fiery, and you know that For Haxa means the magic. It's a Swedish name. It says to enchant, cast a spell, and bedevil. So, you know, I felt that this was kind of a, you know, there was a lot of the bold colors and everything, and it kind of reminded me of that fiery Sagittarius energy, and you know, the adventurous lands and everything. So I thought For Haxa was a good one. And takes me a while sometimes to find a tarot deck that I want to use for the collective. So what came forward was the 6 of Earth. And well, she is beautiful. And you know, I see this dark and this light, but I was thinking it was a dark and a light shadow. And basically what it is, though, this is like the younger version, the nourished, it seems like the maiden. You know, it's like the Empress side of you, you know, the maiden, the nourisher, the abundant. And then this side, on the other side, stands the wise crone. And here we have hummingbirds, and then on this side is the crow. And 6 of Earth, I think, is about reciprocity, or, you know, a give and take, and also what they said in this card, it's the hummingbirds seem to be nourished, and happy and joyful. But the crow has something that they don't. The crow has wisdom. So even though he's in the desert and not getting much nourishment, he has something that the hummingbirds don't. He has wisdom. So his wisdom allows him to know that the earth doesn't always play favorites. It does play favorites. Not the universe play favorite, but our societies plays favorites. The rich and powerful versus the poor. And so it's kind of about that give and take, and who controls, or who gives, and who takes, and who needs. So is what I guess I'm trying to say, the Six of Earth. So that Sagittarius, I really think that fire and the wind, what I call, instead of air, Gemini, it's really needing some grounding energy. So Earth is coming to play. So that's what I got for my Six of Earth.
Karen,
And
why is that crow a he?
I don't know. Did I say he?
So why is he a he?
I mean she, because
Masculine energy. It could be just masculine energy that we all have.
but yeah, probably I don't know why. I see this side as the female and this side more as the male. I think. But
masculine,
that's the
yeah.
cronism. It's the cronism. So that is the female. It's all female. Probably just something that came out of my mouth, huh? And I just did. It's a he.
No, I'm having to.
You're playing with me, aren't you?
Yes, I mean.
You're playing with me.
Now I'm gonna make a confession. You know, you do understand what that is. No, with me playing with you like that.
Oh, maybe.
I have with an ascendant in Gemini and all of this Gemini energy, and the one thing that Gemini has that we have to acknowledge is the trickster. So that was my trickster energy needling you.
Okay, I was gonna say you're playing with me. I was gonna say the crow's not a trick. Is the crow a trick? Yeah, I got it. I knew you were playing with me, so but not really. You put me on the spot there for a minute.
The trickster had to do that. You know why? You know, I mean, a crow can be both male, or but can be yes, it can be both, right?
Absolutely.
But I had to needle you. My Gemini couldn't help it.
Oh, did anybody else have a tarot card or a card? I do have another one, but if somebody else has one, they want to share.
I pulled one from, God, I can't even remember what it's called. It's actually a, let me see if we can focus better. Okay. Trust yourself, and it's the first decan of Gemini. So yeah, I find it interesting that this magpie is
and that's what
blindfolded.
Is that a tarot or is that an oracle?
That's an oracle.
Okay.
I'll just talk about the card, and then I'll let you know which deck it is. And yeah, so he's trusting. Here we go again. The bird is trusting that he can find the treasures. Yeah, because they do like bling bling. So I think it's quite fitting for this time that we should trust ourselves, especially in times of when anxiety comes up and we feel that we can't trust ourselves. I think it's a good reminder that we can, and that we can sense what we need in our lives. I think that's the message here with the blindfold, sensing that we know what we need. Yeah. I'll just,
I'm glad you said something you didn't even know you said it though. Gemini is a masculine, quote unquote, masculine energy.
Mm.
So it both you and Karen pulled those cards and you said he, but really I just heard you're referring to the masculine energy, which gives us that impetus to do whatever it is we need to do. And so it's interesting that both of those cards, and you said, you know, the he, but it's the masculine energy, which perhaps as female people, we need to up our game in terms of activating our masculine energy, which is a part of ourselves. So it really comes out. You didn't misspeak. It just sounded funny when you said he, but we really all are calling on that part of ourselves. I think that's really powerful. That card is really powerful. Trust yourself. Trust
Yeah.
that masculine energy to help us do whatever we need to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the Wild Way Tarot.
The Wild Way.
No, Oracle, sorry.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever heard of that one.
Cute.
Yeah. It's a lovely deck. It's a lovely deck, yeah. I hardly used it, so but I'm pulling out the cards for each of the decans and
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
to connect with
okay.
it and see how it goes.
It's so funny, Alexandra. I saw it on the social media today. I don't know, it just popped into my radar. The deck.
Yeah, because she's just brought the book out. It's
Okay.
on backer kit to be backed. So yeah.
Who is that by, Alexandra? Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? The author? The deck creator?
Nicola Allen.
Uh-huh. Nicola Allen.
Oh, that's funny. A friend of mine yesterday just told me she had ordered that deck.
Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So that's a weird synchronicity.
There you go. Yeah, it's lovely. It's fun.
Hmm.
All these animals.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
The
pulled a
deck came
card.
out last year actually, and she's bringing out the book now. So
So I also pulled another card from the Heavenly Bodies Astrology. I thought I'd use that today. And Virgo came forward. And Virgo is an earth sign, you know, and it says integrity, reverence, and service. What they say here is Virgo is practical and modest, yet poetic and profound. Its ruling planet is Mercury, and it floats freely between the heaven and the earth. Let me see. In mythology, virgin energy means whole and complete. And similarly, Virgo, the virgin goddess, asks you to strip away the knot-you layers that clog your vessel. So anything unhealthy habits, anything relationships, toxic, damaging patterns, suggesting that you cleanse those, release those, and come back to your natural state of grace. So and you can do that also through service, you know. But it says, let me see, the humbling energy knows the most profound way to create change is through small, consistent actions, which is true. To make change, that is absolutely true. So what are your daily embodied rituals? What do you do on a daily basis? And I've looked at that many times. What do I do every single day? Are they in support of your higher self? So service your life so you may be of service to others is what Virgo is about. So, but also connecting in with that earth energy also is Virgo. Going inward, attention to detail, rituals, and being of service were the keywords for Virgo. So those are my two. And the way, and trust yourself. So those are the cards for the collective for this Sagittarius. Anybody else have another card for that, or did you want to just hear my crystal?
I pulled a card.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
using the Gentle Tarot Pocket
Yep.
Edition, one of my favorite decks, and I pulled the Root of Wands, which corresponds to the Knights. It's a little ermine. I'm not sure how I pronounce that.
Yeah,
Kind of-
that's how you pronounce it.
Anyways, she has little quotes. I got her book for the big deck a while back, and she has nice little quotes for each card. And this one said, I remember how to orchestrate my fire. I actively create my reality. And that
Isn't
just
that-
fit in so well. And
I
then
will definitely.
further on, she says to take time to connect with the passion and drive within you. What callings are ready to manifest?
Oh, yay.
So that was like
Nice.
spot on.
Yeah, kind of went with the meditation and everything.
Yeah.
Yay. So I'll definitely add that one. That one's great. Definitely. Yeah, great cards.
And
Wonderful.
I pulled 8 of Wands, so I think it's Mercury in Sagittarius.
8 of Wands. Wow.
So a lot of energy, fast movement, lots of emails, phone calls, messages, activity. So yeah,
So
my
what
Mercury is in Taurus, so I'm always not struggling, but I always smile when I see this card because I know there's going to be lots of emails and messages and
Mhm.
calls that I have to deal with.
that is great. So
Prioritize.
what deck is that?
Oh, that's the Playful Heart Tarot.
Oh, I got that one too. Okay, I was
That's a
gonna say
good
I know
deck.
that. I knew that
Cute
card.
and joke. Yeah. Very playful.
Yay. Look at all these fun cards. Okay. So, and collective today, I Obsidian came calling. So, I have lots of different types of obsidian. And now obsidian is a stone that is really born of the fires, it's from the lava, it's from so it's really glass is what it is, kind of. So I just, all different types of obsidian. And it's made from lava. It's formed from lava. And obsidian is here. I've got here. There's black obsidian. Just black obsidian. Here's a scrying mirror that people use. Just gazing into it. So you have the ability to even like it can reveal a lot, if you gaze into a scrying mirror, and it can help you make decisions, foretell some divination. Mahogany obsidian.
Ooh.
And I have these like mahogany obsidian needle points. They're almost like acupuncture needles. And they're, it's the earth acupuncture needles, what they are. And they really connect into dense energy. You can release it through that. Rainbow obsidian, all different. This one doesn't have very much rainbow. You can't see it in there, but it kind of, you can see it. I can see it. Snowflake obsidian. I have lots of different obsidians. So that's what we're connecting into. And obsidian is really, gosh, it's an excellent stone for letting go of things. It's really a great stone for protection, psychic protection, especially. It resonates with it's an earth elemental stone, but it also has fire. So it's a fire and earth, so it connects in with your root chakra mostly. Well, many of these black stones are based with your root chakra. They connect in with the earth and everything. The overarching healing aspect is for centering, grounding, and protection. I will list some other things in there, for each specific type of, like mahogany is great for mahogany obsidian is great stone to bring thoughts and ideas into action. Snowflake obsidian is more of a stone of purity. So they each are individualized, but they're mostly centering, grounding, protection, but they are created through fire. And so I thought that was kind of a neat thing to fire and earth. And that was really what was calling to me today. So Anybody else have any other stones? I think, and there's so many different types of obsidian. Obsidian is really easy to pick. It's pretty inexpensive. You can probably get, you know, if you don't have obsidian, if you have a black stone, use it if you want to, if it calls to you. Okay, that's but this one just has fire, you know, both fire and earth. It's an elemental stone of both fire and earth. And that was why it came calling today for me. Okay, ladies. Anything else before we move on into the cards? Our personal cards. Anybody want to add anything? Anything else exciting them right now or wanting to share? Okay. So in another month, we'll be connecting again. 2 weeks, I believe we're connecting with Alexandra. The new moon in Gemini, the new moon is June 6th,
Yes.
same time. And I would imagine the full moon is on the 20th. I'm not certain yet, so I'll have to check in with that. But isn't I believe the summer begins right around there.
Yeah.
Or should I say the summer equinox? Is that when it is? Summer equinox?
Summer solstice.
So solstice.
Okay, thank you.
Looks like full moon is
Autumn
on the
equinox,
20th.
summer solstice, sorry.
Looks like it's
So-
22nd, Karen, the
Okay.
full moon.
So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
probably do something on the 20th though for that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I imagine. But we will see you in 2 weeks if you certainly want to join us again with Alexandra hosting. And I thank you all, and the replay will be available probably tomorrow. I will be posting a little ritual, a cleansing ritual that on the website on Essential Soul Wisdom. And I thank you so much for joining us today. And love to all of you, and see you soon. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.